Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad, Shemai, Yasha'Allah, Yahweh, Hayanawa, Yahweh, Achad. All right. Shema Yasa'Allah Yahweh Hayanawa Yahweh Achad, which means what? Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power is one. Shema means hear, Yasa'Allah Israel, Allah Hayanawa our power, Yahweh Achad. I might have missed the word on that one. Shema Yasa'Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Achad. All right. Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power is one. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, by Shor HaKodash. I want to give double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone rule well. Peace and blessings, health and wellness in the house of David the elect. I hope you brothers and you sisters are well in the spirit. All right. I know that based on what region you in, I know down here a lot of us are getting sick. A lot of brothers are getting sick. You know, might be under the weather. All right. Don't forget to a Wisdom of Solomon 7, the virtues of roots. So it'd behoove you to make teas out of things such as ginger. Ginger root is very good. It'd behoove you to keep some lemons around. It'd behoove you to have some garlic cloves around. All right. You could make ginger tea. All right. You could make you could put your lemon in it. If you're coughing, all right, you have a light cold, it'll behoove you to get a lemon. All right, and you can actually eat the lemon with the peel, so you can slice your lemon right, and you can eat the lemon with the peel, and the peel balance out the bitterness of the lemon. So that's a high concentration of vitamin C to your immune system. All right, so like I said, don't forget. Sometimes in your sickness, you forget about the herbs, man, because your spirit will be so all over the place. So don't forget about your ginger. Don't forget about your lemon. Don't forget about your golden seal echinacea tinctures, which is antiviral. All right. Let me think. Just your roots in general, man. Your um. Well, you know, you got the turmeric, the beetroot, but I'm talking about like the sicknesses. All right, like that lemon, that garlic, that ginger. All right. All right, that's really good for sicknesses. Sage tea. All right. That's not what the lesson is getting to, but the spirit is on me to put that vibration out. I mean, fuck the king of Babylon, man. All right, because not knowing about something creates the illusion it doesn't exist. The Most High has medicines in the earth. All right. So before I start the lesson through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. And let me get this scripture real quick. The brother posted it up. All right. The water for that. Jimesh Shar Lachama. Sirach 30 and 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. I'll read that again. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Psalm 103 and 2. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thy iniquities and healeth all thy diseases. All right, so coupled with prayer, when you synchronize prayer and herbs, that's power. Prayer and herbs equals power. All right. And speaking of prayer, I want to give out the healing prayer. I'm willing. I could just say it off my spirit. Just bear with me. Yabaraka Yahweh Wayasamarka. Yar Yahweh Payawa Yaka Yakaka. Yashar Yahweh Yaka Wayam Salaka Shalom. And that is to say, the Most High bless thee, the Most High keep thee. May He make His light to shine upon you. Uh, may He keep you and give you peace. Some set effect, but that's Numbers 6 and 24. All right, Numbers 6 and 24. But it's a healing prayer. He bless you, He keep you. May He keep His make His face to shine upon your face and give you peace. Something to that effect. That's a healing prayer. So if a brother's in your camp sick, all right, you can do it between your wife, your sons, your daughters. You get that number 6 and 24. You can anoint them with a particular oil, anointing oil. And you put the Hebrew prayer on them, man. And you synchronize that with the herbs, man. All right, the Most High is all about alliances, man. And like it says in Sirach, when the Most High created things, He created everything in dualities. But also part of the formulas of His creation is alliances. So part of the formulas in His creation is alliances. So when you align prayer which is a spiritual calling, a spiritual request. All right. When you align prayer, all right. When you align prayer, all right, with herbs, so the physical, the spiritual with the physical, that's power, man. All right. But I'm just gonna segue into the lesson. This could actually turn into an herbal lesson, but just through the spirit, I'm gonna make an attempt to just go right into the lesson that I prepared. And the name of the lesson is called "What Is Man?" All right, because modern women have been given a shallow construct of what a man is. And if you see me looking down, I have the scriptures in these notes written in this notepad, right? So if you see me looking down, I'm referring back to that. But something that's been on my spirit, you know, you have these arranged marriage shows, these dating shows, these reality shows, The Bachelorette, and what happens is men have been devalued and formatted to fit into a woman's world. So, like the elder Apostle Gabar would always say, this is not a man's world, this is a woman's world. All right? This is not a man's world, it's a woman's world. So, there's a paradigm shift. So, for example, who you are to the Most High is not who you are to a woman. Because Esau, Edom, the king of Babylon, has given liberation to a woman to where she can choose you based off her own likeness, her own likes, her attractive standards, and what she finds appealing. And it usually has nothing to do with your actual manhood, and it has nothing to do with who you are. All right? So you've been compartmentalized, dehumanized, and devalued based on how a woman can benefit from you. So now you know a woman is no longer used for you to benefit, or she's no longer used as your helpmeet. All right, I'm not gonna say use, but she's no more your helpmeet. She's no more your team player, your your possession. All right, now you're more of her possession, and now you're more used to benefit her. All right, and it's not about really getting to a woman or venting about women. All right, this is about understanding who you are and why you were created by Yahweh Bashman Shai. Because let the king of Babylon tell our women, all right, you're just a counselor in existence. You're just like a flaw in the Most High's creation. Men are the problem, all right? So it says modern women have been given the shallow construct of what a man is. That hence 6 feet, 6 figures, or you have women who are unqualified to say they want a high value man, but here she is a short, chubby woman. All right, nothing wrong with being a short woman, but here she is a chubby woman, probably with kids, probably with a casual dating past, but she wants a high value man, and that logically doesn't even work because a high value man doesn't want the type of woman. But the point is, women have a complex, a construct in their minds in which will entitle them to different men as though they're products in a vending machine, like that particular car company, in which you can actually go to this big ass vending machine and click buttons, and the car come out the vending machine like it's a bag of chips. Well, with this social media and these dating sites, man, these different platforms, men have been devalued to products in the vending machine for women. But that is not how Yahweh Basham Awashai created it to be. Okay? And I'm doing this lesson because part of reclaiming your manhood is reclaiming your value as a man and learning your purpose as a man. All right? So you have to ask yourself, what's the purpose of a man? All right? What's the purpose of a man? And I'm just going to skip to Isaiah 13:12. And if a brother could get it, to enrich the live stream, that'd be great. You never want to just talk unless it's part of your, we're venting. All right, but we want to enrich the live stream. All right, with the scriptures. Okay, and I'm gonna roughly quote it, Isaiah 13:12, and I will make a man more precious than fine gold. All right, but what is man? What is the purpose of man? All right, a man builds worlds. All right, within the Israelite, I'm gonna say the Israelite man because it's really about the nation of Israel. But what is the purpose of a man? Because like I said, you have different women's platforms, and they get in those girl spaces, and they open up their mind to water brother. They open up their mind to each other, and you hear women talk about men, especially the so-called black woman, and you realize that you're valued based on your penis, all right? You're valued based on, you having a good job. The most out of create us to have jobs, man. All right. First of all, men have skills in their own sovereign land, but that's part of our captivity. We're subject to payments. All right. But it says, "I will make a man more precious than fine gold." Okay. But the point is, all right, the Most High, all right, going back to Sirach 36, is that he that getteth the wife begetteth the possession. He that getteth the wife begetteth the possession. All right. But because of women's liberation, all right, that took place in the 60s, Esau liberated our possessions, all right, and given our possession power over us, as it says in Isaiah 13, Isaiah 3 and 12. All right, as for my people, children are their oppressors, which is Esau, Edom, and women rule over you. And the reality is, your women have been liberated from your world. They've been liberated from your world, and now they have a world within their own. And they've been given liberty by the king of Babylon to choose men based on their own will and their own likeliness. But that resulted in you being devalued as a man and compartmentalized. So now you could be used as a sexual tool, you could be used as a financial tool, all under the guise of a woman being free, all under the guise of a woman being single, all under the guise of a woman being liberated. So now, instead of you having a world and you have a woman or women in your world, she has a world. One of the problems with the Southern Kingdom is that the Israelite man and the Israelite woman are not compatible with each other because she's entitled to the same things that traditionally you would be entitled to have. And that's options, all right? That's money, all right? That's a certain level of independence, all right? She has all those things. So she's actually in a masculine frame and not a feminine frame. But what happens is she has a world now. And now she can have, because of social media and people on her job, she has men in her world. And she can use them for her benefit. Whether it's sexual, whether it's attention, whether it's dates, those are men in her world, man. All right? So because of feminism and individualism and the Western mindset, all right, people are worlds within themselves. Now check this out. I thought about this analogy. You have this movie called 12 Years a Slave, all right, and you get the character, which is based on a true story, Solomon North. I'm quite sure most of you brothers have seen it. All right, when Solomon North was in the East Coast, he was a prominent, well-to-do citizen, a violinist, upper crust so-called Negro, respected amongst everybody. But when he got kidnapped and shipped down south, he was just another nigga. All right, and what happened was he was in the same country, different regions, but virtually he was in different worlds. So when he was in the East Coast, he was valued based on his skill, his merit, his position. But when he went to a different world down south, he was just another nigga. Same country, different worlds. And to a different woman, you mean different things. All right? So you can't put yourself in a position, you shouldn't put yourself in a position where you're in a particular woman's world and you're devalued as just a option, you know? Because either you in her world or she's in your world. But like I said, this is not about women. But I'm building a point, all right? But let me get these scriptures, all right, before I continue the lesson, all right? Sirach 38:4, the Lord have created medicine. There we go. The Lord have created medicine out of earth. He that is wise will not abhor them. Isaiah 13:12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Isaiah 32:1, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and a prince shall rule in judgment, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a cover from the tempestuous rivers, of water in the dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in the weary land. All right? And we're coming into that point because Isaiah 4, that's a transition of worlds, brothers. That's where there's going to be multiple women. All right? I often think, like, damn,
Why do I love women? Like I don't, we don't actually chase every woman we see, but why do we love women? And you got Jake that's in Nigeria that got 70 wives and 200 sons and daughters, all right? But Jake is supposed to have a world, man, in the kingdom that's gonna be normal, all right? But let me get these scriptures in Shalom to you, brother GMS Demoen, all right? Because I watch your videos very edifying. Jeremiah 31:22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All right, so now a woman, instead of her being a possession in your world, she has a world within herself. But two powers can't cohabitate. So either you in her world or she's in your world. All right? A woman, Sirach 25:22, a woman that she maintain her husband is full of anger, impotence, and much reproach. Because all modern women are not just so-called black women, but all modern women have a certain package that they were promised. Now, ultimately, it goes back to Eve in the garden, but all women have a package deal that they were promised. All right, like I said, ultimately it goes back to Eve of what she's gonna have in America. And she can have her fun in college, have her fun in her 20s. When she gets older, she can settle down with some high value male. They're all entitled with that, and they have a lot of modern women because they don't understand the value of a man. They judge him based off something that's vain. Oh, girl, he was too short. He was too light. I like dark skinned guys. Girl, he just, ooh, or she could like you, but because of all these options, she likes you for the moment. Then she starts to fizzle away and ghost you or whatever. All right, because this is her world. And really, it's the king of Babylon world, but the king of Babylon liberated his female citizens because he doesn't want men to actually gain power. You don't want. That's why you have jobs. Jobs keep you from obtaining power. That's why you work just to pay bills. That keeps you from maintaining power because you forgot that you are a world within yourself. That's what an estate is. Like how men in ancient world, you had an estate. You had your land. That's why Leviticus 25 was written. Your estate essentially is your world. So you had your land, you had your cattle, all right. You might have a house or houses. You had your woman or women. You had her helpmeets. You had a helpmeet with helpmeets. You had males. Nigga, that was your world. You might have had a king ruling over your society, all right. But the Israelite man had a world within himself, and in the kingdom that's going to expand, possibly to a planet. Your planet is a habitation for your world, all right? For your world. Like, you know how you got your room? And your room has your posters. You go to a brother's house. This particular brother, he might have different liquor bottles. He might have like a little wine cellar. He might have maybe like a plant or something, all right? Or he might be a brother that's into gemstones. That's his planet. Your apartment is really like a planet, like a mini planet. All right, but in the kingdom, you're going to actually have a planet, all right, or a portion of a planet, all right, that's going to be an extension of you. I know the elder brother Kazak get into that all the time. We used to talk about that, man. All right, let's go. Um, Acts 16:31, and they said, "Believe on the Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and thou shalt be saved in thy house." 1 Timothy 2:11. Let the woman learn the silence with all subjection, but I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. And where do you hear that being regurgitated in America? Nowhere. Because now when you watch these reality shows, you hear women on these different platforms, they talk about men like he's a possession. Even when you hear like Eve in the hood, like Eve, she basically thinks Jake is her possession. Like, yeah, my nigga, because Eve can use you as her little dildo. She can use you for money. She can sick you on another nigga. Basically, you her little pet, man. Her little possession. What Eve say? I got my niggas, my different niggas, Because now you're a possession of her world. You see? So what is man? Man is a builder of worlds. Fuck how you look. Fuck your gray hair. All right? Who cares if you tall or short, or you got a head full of hair or no hair? You got coarse hair, you know? Because Jacob grew up under your mother's vibration. You'll grow up in that consumerism culture where you're defined by your brand of clothing, all right? A woman might tell you you'll be cuter with brown eyes, nigga. And I'm not calling brothers nigga, but sometimes you know how it is. Jacob had low self-esteem. Jacob put chemicals in his head growing up because you thought having woolly hair was a problem. Jacob get contacts, you know, because he'll be under the vibration of what women like, man. Not knowing that you talking to fucking possessions. All right, you're not knowing that you're having a conversation. You're being judged by possession. Women in their standards, they're like children, bro. Your value is not based on how you look. That's the woman. The scripture says, well, a woman's glory is her hair. So in a woman's in her world, it's a closet full of shoes. It's a dresser full of jewelry. All right. Her beauty, that's her thing. That's her thing, for lack of better word. That's not your thing. Now we're royal. Brothers got hoop earrings and brothers, but we don't get it twisted. We're not feminine. All right. We don't. Our value is not based on our looks. All right. What is a man? A man is a builder of worlds. The way your mind works is inconsistent with the classroom because you have a world in yourself. All right, let me get back to my bullet points. All right, and I'll jump back on the comment board too. All right, let me see. I pretty much got most of those points. All right, St. John 14:1 and 2. It says, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." All right, the word mansion, all right, goes back to Monet. Again, that's how you pronounce it in the Greek, Monet. All right, which means residence, an abode. In my Father's house are many mansions. So Yahweh Shai is going to give us planets to build our worlds in. Man is a builder of worlds. You see? Man is a builder of worlds. You do not modify yourself to fit into the modern woman's world. You have a world within yourself, but we weren't taught like that because a ruler, the king of Babylon, doesn't want you to have a world. He wants you to produce for him and distract you with entertainment. That was the trade-off. You don't have no sovereignty. You're not gonna build nothing. Your sons not gonna inherit anything. But you're gonna watch all the Game of Thrones you can watch. You can watch all the football you can watch. You can watch all the twerk videos you can watch. You go to strip clubs, you go to bars. You can get big TVs. I throw a sale every couple months. Make sure you can afford it. All right? That's the distraction. You can never own anything if you're a slave to your lower nature. Esau created a kingdom to where his subjects are basically free to fulfill their lower nature, their flesh, but you would never rule anything. Hence a ruling class mentality. That's the mentality, that's the mind of a man. All right? But that's why most men are architects, engineers, carpenters, blacksmiths, farmers. Sirach 38. Without these shall not a city be inhabited. All right? Because the farmer, the carpenter, the blacksmith, the potter, those are builders of worlds, man. Those are the creators of worlds. Where does a woman fit into that? If women were anything that great, they would have built their own America. They would have built their own world. If they were that great, they would have built multiple worlds. Name me worlds that women build, because women don't build worlds. This is what did they call America when Columbus came here? The New World. It was already a world inhabited by the Northern Kingdom. It was a whole different paradigm with pyramids, right? With buffalo, just different Northern Kingdom cultures, Indian mounds, Gadite mounds. All right, so many things that we really don't know about. It was like you read that, you watch the movie Apocalypto. This is already a world. but then another world conquered it, the so-called Western world, the beast. Now it got colonized. So now we're living in another man's world, another man's system. All right. But if women were anything great or special, why haven't they built their own world since they've been liberated? They've only been liberated to assimilate into Esau's world, to be a Roman citizen. All right, and nothing more. A high level Roman, a high status Roman citizen, or a Roman citizen with privileges. All right. It says, um, if a brother could get Sirach 38 and 34, and I'm gonna see if there's any more scriptures on the comment board. All right. 1 Timothy 2 and 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. What does it mean to be formed? Civilized, to be given the breath of life, the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, because you have to have order or rules to inhabit earth. All right, for 1 Timothy 2 and 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing. That's how you know that there's something wrong with this world, this paradigm, this existence. A woman doesn't want to have sons and daughters. And if she wants to have sons and daughters, it's for her own selfish reason. It's not, especially the so-called black woman, is not a part of being a family unit, man. But families are the foundation of building a world, man. They call it nation building, but you're really building a world, man. All right? It says she should be saved in childbearing as they continue in faith and charity and holiness and sobriety. All right? Oh, the water brother, that's what I was looking for. Sirach 38:34. But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft. Who is they? If you read up some on your own personal time, it's talking about the farmers, the carpenters, the blacksmiths. Because if you take away this modern world and this first world situation, every nation is supposed to have the fundamentals to have a sovereignty. So you can't have sovereignty. You can't utilize your portion of earth if you don't have farmers, if you don't have carpenters, if you don't have blacksmiths, if you don't have potters. All right, those are the fundamentals of inhabiting a world and having a world. That's the ABCs of it, man. The one, two, threes of it. Farmers, blacksmiths, carpenter, potter. All right. Wisdom of Solomon 6:24. But the multitude of the wise and the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. Beautiful. I read that again. Wisdom of Solomon 6:24. But the multitude of the wise. Now, who's the multitude of the wise? The 144,000. It says the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. All right? And that's heavy, and it goes into us being pillars of the earth. If you look at a building that has pillars, all right, the pillars uphold the building. So our wisdom under Yahweh Shema Shai, the laws, statutes, and commandment, the 613 laws. I want to push that number more, 613. All right, those are the pillars of existence. So whatever planet you inhabit, whatever country Yahweh Shai allots you, pursuant to Second Ezra, the second chapter, we put thrones on their head, meaning you're about to inherit a particular land. All right, you're going to rule that land with the laws, statutes, and commandments, but you're going to deck it out and make it your world. All right? All right, Revelation 5 and 9. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. That's right. And we're going to be those pillars, man. We're going to be the welfare of the people. And that's what the earth needs, because the earth is a victim of a fucking villain, man. All right? The earth is being destroyed by Esau Edom, the one only Esau Edom. Or he has poor systems to run the earth because he's only here to destroy. 1 Samuel 2 and 7. All right, and Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes. Woo! And to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are Yahweh's, and he have set the world upon them. All right, and we're Yahweh's pillars. We're we're the pillars of the earth. All right, and it's going to be made manifest in the kingdom. Right now, we're in the beginning of the new covenant, but it's going to be manifest when we actually run the world, man, run the earth, uphold the earth with adequate systems. The 613, the 613. The 613 is going to adequately uphold the earth and be a welfare to the people, man. All right, and when when we get the kingdom, man. All right, we're going to restore the oceans, the earth. I had a dream that literally I was commissioned to, I guess, cleanse out the ocean. I had spiritual powers. I was flying. We don't know how the Most High is going to play it out, but those are inspiring dreams because you know how many microplastics are in the ocean. You know how many pollutants and toxins are in the ozone layer. I like to go into health a lot, but some of us are not even dying and getting sick because of our diet. Sometimes it's just air pollution. These cities with concentrated CO emissions and all that stuff, cars emitting all type of poisons. But it might be 100,000 cars in one city, 300,000 cars in one city. You got air pollution. Air pollution. I mean, not air pollution. That too. You got noise pollution in big cities. That could fucking make you literally kill you. That can literally increase those chances of having different diseases. So this man has a very toxic world, man. All right. See, it's a very toxic, poor world, man. But it's full of pleasure. All right, you get to live off your lower nature. You get to live in the flesh. If you understand the flesh, you go into the Greek word for flesh. All right, it basically goes into the animal nature that all humans have. Because of Aleister Crowley's doctrine of Satan, which is do as thou wilt, you have the freedom to live off your animal cravings, man. Whether it's food, sex, drugs, liquor, porn, some words I can't even say, but like life is an extension of PORN, man. You know, even if the things I've named, some of it is not a sin, but you get to just indulge in that shit, and you have no sense of the Most High in you. You have no sense of spirituality in you. You're just basically some creepy little animal feeding your innate cravings, man. Totally being separated from your power. But what is man? Man is a builder of worlds, man. A man is a world in himself. That's why most men are architects, they're engineers, carpenters. All right, they build worlds, they engineer worlds, and they maintain worlds. You are not here to be cute, man. All right. That's why power was not supposed to be given to women to make those type of decisions as to who she gonna build a family with. I did rideshare, right? And every time I hear a foreign accent, I ask that person, "Where are you from?" And they might say Africa, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana. Now I ask them, like, how are things different in their country versus this country? And one thing the women would always say is that their family always dictated who that woman was gonna get with. What is it that they know that we don't know over here? Even if you go to talk to a woman from India, from she an Elamite, it's pretty much the same thing. Their family has a big say so who she gets with. All right, it's part of maintaining your people and your existence, man. You don't give a woman ability to choose who she gonna get with, man. Because if you hear women open up their mind and what they like, unless they've been groomed properly, oh man, oh boy, oh boy. All right, but I think I pretty much got the key points, man. I think we pretty much got the summary and the solution of what is man through the spirit, you know, because in the East, it's the scriptures tell you to beware of women, and it tells you the role of women, but in the West, it's like beware of men, toxic masculinity. You know, what is your value? Is it your height? Is it your sex? Is it your money? You know, is it your status? No, man. Your value is your ability to create and maintain worlds, man. All right. But the water brothers for chiming in, the water for the scriptures, the water Yahabashim Shai for helping us build, man. All right, because what do? We build. Men build. Men build structures. A woman might feel like a lot of women feel that they're smarter than men because how they perform in school. But most likely, who created that curriculum? All right. Even during the time of Jake ruling as Moors, the word algebra, that's an Islamic word, like Al Jazeera and you hear that algebra, that's an Islamic term when we were in the Islamic world, man. Jake was creating constructs in mathematics. All right. Jake was having different feats in medicine. All right. Jake was utilizing the constellations to travel. And when you entered into Esau's world, he erased your world from you, so you don't even know that you had a world before this man's world. And like I said, going back to women, women get so-called educated, but usually that education and that curriculum was constructed by men. All right. So it's not that women are smarter than men. It's more that we create the instructions and she execute on those instructions. She's really good with absorbing doctrines, but we create the doctrines because that's another form of building. Whether you're building virtually on the internet, all right, or you build it philosophically, all religions were created by what? Men, all right. All manual, like you have a business, but that business has like a blueprint as to how that business is going to be run. I can guarantee you, in most cases, it was created by men because men were created to create. But women are really good at orienting themselves in your world that you created, man. All right. So what is man? Man is a creator and a builder of worlds. Well, with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Rashem Kakwadash. The water for you brothers for your participation. All right. All right. The water for your participation. Like I said, I believe we move the entire thing back to the scriptures because really the Israelite man is a prince, and all princes have estates. He prince of the power. So part of shaking ourselves from the dust and reclaiming our manhood is also reclaiming our value, understanding our value, and it's not based on a Western woman's value system. You know, brothers might struggle with that. You might struggle with the fact that you're not 6'2". Or you might struggle with the fact that you don't make 100,000 a year. But that's not your value. That's just in another man's kingdom. Well, with that, I hope you brothers will edify to the next time. Shalom.